Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Interactive Scratch Globe. This is a 3D puzzle that you can assemble and then scratch out the surface to reveal a more colorful interior when you're exploring and learning more. It's going to be great for children, for kids, and also as a decoration piece in general. It's three-dimensional. It's something that you can kind of play around with. It's definitely comparable to other 3D puzzles you may find, and it's relatively inexpensive, coming in at under $20 on Amazon.com. You're going to scratch it off with a coin or a knife, and again, you have the different continents labeled by different colors. It's going to be pretty fun. The manufacturer is called Luckies of London, and you can learn more about them through their website on the very back here. And as you can see, the shape of the globe itself is actually kind of unique as well. It's not perfectly round, so it's going to stand relatively nice on any bookshelf or on any surface, but it's not going to be 100% accurate as opposed to other more traditional globes. So inside the packaging, we have access just to the scratchable surface, which actually is a sticker that you apply on the very top, and also you have the main frame, which is the centerpieces for the actual globe. And this is actually the scratch-off surface. It's a separate part that you then tape on and attach onto the surface of the globe once this has been assembled. By far the most time-consuming part is actually getting all the cutouts to be taken out of the actual cardboard before you place it into the mold. So you actually have to fold it first, inwards and then outwards, and then you have to take out all the sides and make sure that all the cutouts with the circular dots actually come out, and this is again the part that takes the most time. The actual portion of assembly again doesn't take that long, roughly under 30 minutes I would say, especially it's going to take even less if you can get through these a little bit faster. Sometimes the circular parts kind of refuse to come out really easily, so you have to go through, spend some extra time, and after you're done, you simply stick it onto the pre-existing end, and now we are complete. So now the actual globe portion or the frame portion is done. You can see on the center there is actually a small key that's printed on there that tells you what the individual letters on the map show. So AUT actually represents Austria, and you can see that they have more symbols and guides on the sides that represent the legend. And after you've been finished with that, it actually shows the company's manufacturer's name on the side. It says it's a scratch globe, and finally there's a part that you can put in your name just to say you were the person who assembled this, who this globe belongs to. So it's going to be kind of educational and also pretty neat for kids and younger audiences. Go and attach the outer surface onto the globe. I would actually recommend that you scratch off the surface if you want to before you attach it onto the globe itself, because once it's on a three-dimensional surface, it's going to be more difficult to scratch off and then hold evenly while you use a coin to scratch it off. Again, you have the option to either scratch it off or to not scratch it off. You still have access to the same content on the map, but if you do scratch it off, you just get a more colorful interior. So I have a coin here. You can use any quarter, any dime, or even a knife, and you press a little bit firmly. It's actually going to scratch out pretty evenly, and you can see how underneath Brazil here, we have a more bluish hinge, and you can actually kind of again, press a bit firmly. Now, the actual scratch off part comes off relatively quickly, but I can see one concern for parents would be that it creates quite a mess. So if you do plan on scratching off everything from the surface, make sure you have a newspaper below you when you're working, just because it's going to attract a lot of dust particles that you have to clean off later on. The same thing can be said about the particles that you had to cut out with your fingers. So this is definitely something that takes a bit of time and also takes a bit of time to clean up. So be sure you know that when you purchase this. We would say that the Scratch Globe is an educational and fun piece of 3D puzzle that you can use to set up and also use for learning purposes, although it comes with a few caveats. For example, it takes a lot of patience when assembling, and also it creates a little bit of a mess with all the scratch off paint creating a lot of dust in your workspace that you need to clean up later on. So it definitely takes a bit of parental guidance if you are a younger kid trying to assemble this by yourself. Overall though, we would recommend it. We think that it's pretty neat. It's a cool concept, and overall it's executed rather nicely. You can check out our full written review on our website, but this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews.